Hey everyone, Mike Bonner here from MassLive with Bart Harvey, the Red Sox Director of Ballpark Planning, and we are at Polar Park. As you can see behind us, it's in its infancy, but soon enough it will be growing from the bottom up. And Bart, do you want to give us maybe an overview of where we are right now and what this will be soon in April 2021?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are standing right here on the home plate plaza. Directly behind us soon to be the home plate gate, where you'll walk in, grab your tickets, head on into the ball game. As you can see behind that, right now the retaining wall for the seating ball is now up. In front of that will be the actual seats going on down to the field, and then between us and that wall is going to be the actual structure, so where you'll get a lot of your concessions, you know, fan services, the club space, all that fun stuff. And then as we're looking out here to the left, one of the most recent developments on the site is we actually did the full demolition of 90 Washington Street. So that was the last building to be demolished. It was the only thing keeping us from our Worcester wall out there in right field. So that's the last building demoed, so now we have full control of the site. We'll be excavating about 20,000 cubic yards out of there. And I think what's special about that is you'll get a real feel for the elevation change, because it's about a 30-foot drop out there in right field from street level down to the playing field. So as you can see, and as you'll see throughout our tour, it really was a site job where we ended up having to cut a lot of dirt, move it off-site, move it across the street where a lot of the development is going on with apartments, hotels, and the garage. So, you know, we've done a lot of work so far. It looks in its infancy, and it still is, but a lot of work has been put in already, and you know, we're looking forward to the next milestone.
Let's head inside.
I believe the top elevation for right field gets up to about 483.
488 at its high point.
488, yeah. So that's about a 30-foot or more grade change from home plate or behind home plate all the way out to right field. So one of the unique things about this park is, you know, depending on where you enter the ballpark, it could be a difference of 10 all the way up to 30 feet.
Wow.
And I think that's what's going to be so significant about once we're able to excavate 90 Washington Street. As you're looking from Summit into the ballpark, you're going to just see a massive drop of 30 plus feet. And that's really what it's gonna look like. Is, you know, you might be peering over at what we're calling the Gold Street Overlook, and you're standing there 28 feet above the playing field, and you're walking right into your seats, and it's almost like entering the Green Monster halfway through.
Yeah, this is the dugout, the visitors, the third baseline visitors dugout. What you see formed up there and covered with blankets is the tunnel that takes you from the clubhouse, the locker room, the clubhouse, into the dugout. There'll be one, of course, for the home team on the first base side, where our sequence of construction starting on this side, working our way around. So you see that basically the front of the rebar that's here, that is the base of the seating bowl. So where we're standing now, in a matter of 3 weeks' time, this will all be completed, brought to a grade, and get ready. It'll be ready for the start of steel. So we'll have a 300-ton crane sitting in this very location, getting ready to receive structural steel and start erecting the building in this direction. So we started it basically at the third baseline behind the visitors' bullpen. We're going to work counterclockwise around the building. So the future scoreboard is here. We're just about up to footing, subgrade, and then this will be the scoreboard facing the stadium that way. This is set back enough to allow that fire access road to get by it without any interferences. If you overlook this wall, you can see a little bit more from a bird's eye view. This here in front of us, this shape, is the visitors' bullpen, followed by the visitors' dugout and the tunnel area. You can see the slope to these forms. That's the slope of the future bowl seating. And then that wraps right around from the third base line all the way to the first base line on the far side of those crushed stone piles. There's a slab that gets cast here. This is concourse level.
So you're getting to experience 2 of the 3 elevations that
That's
we've
right.
got here at Polar
Correct.
Park.
So people will be walking on this, or are we?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, there's a slab right on this
Yep.
elevation here. And this is the elevation that'll take you into the building. Now this is where I can show you the footprint of the stadium building itself. So everything on the field side of this wall is the seating. Everything behind it is the building structure, the concourse structure itself. This is the visitors' locker room. That opening in that foundation wall is the opening to the tunnel that takes you to the visitors' dugout.
So this will all be encased, basically. You won't be able to see any of this.
Correct. This is the edge of the building, so this structure will go up all the way to the roof level and have its various facade elements, CMU, glass, metal panel.